The Supra A80 program began in February 1989 under various teams for design, product planning, and engineering led by Isao Suzuki. By the middle of 1990, a final A80 design concept from Toyota Technical Center Aichi was approved and frozen for production in late 1990. The Supra A80 prototypes were assembled by hand in 1991. Again using subframe, suspension and drivetrain assemblies from the Toyota Z30 Soarer, pre-production of the test models started in December 1992 with 20 units made, and official mass production began in April 1993. Toyota put a lot of emphasis on a newer high-performance car, which is why it produced the A80 with two engines, a naturally aspirated Toyota 2JZGE, having a power output 220 horsepower, and 285 Nm of torque at 4,800 revolutions per minute, a twin-turbocharged Toyota 2JZ having a power output of 276 horsepower, and 431 Nm of torque at 5,600 revolutions per minute, for the Japanese model. For the export model of the American and European markets, Toyota upgraded the Supra turbo engine, by installing smaller steel wheel turbochargers and larger fuel injectors etc. This increased the power output to 323 horsepower, and 427 Nm of torque, at 6,000 revolutions per minute. For European markets upon its launch in 1993, it was the first Toyota badged vehicle to feature passenger airbags as standard, an option only available in the USA market. The Supra's twin turbochargers work in sequential mode. Initially, all exhaust gases are directed to the first turbine to reduce lag. This resulted in a boost in increased torque at 1,800 revolutions per minute, where it previously produced 407 Nm of torque. At 3,500 revolutions per minute, some of the exhaust gases are directed to the second turbine for a pre-boost mode, although none of the compressor output is used by the engine at this point. At 4,000 revolutions per minute, the output of the second turbo is used to increase the output of the first turbo. For this generation, the Supra received a new 6-speed Getrag Toyota V160 gearbox on the turbo models, while the naturally aspirated models were equipped with a 5-speed manual W58 transmission, revised from the previous model. Each model was offered with a 4-speed automatic with manual shifting mode. All cars were fitted with 5-spoke aluminum alloy wheels, naturally aspirated models with 16-inch wheels, and turbo models with 17-inch wheels. A difference in wheel size to accommodate larger brakes was standard on the turbo model, but optional extras in Japan. Toyota took measures to reduce the weight of this new model. Aluminium was used for the bonnet, front crossmember, oil and transmission pans, and forged upper suspension arms. Other measures included hollow carpet fibers, magnesium alloy steering wheel, plastic gas tank and lid, dished-out head bolts, gas-injected rear spoiler, and a single-pipe exhaust. Despite having more features such as 2 airbags, an additional turbocharger and etc., this car was at least 91 kilograms lighter than its predecessor. The Supra was heavier than the Mazda RX-7, and the all-aluminum Acura Honda NSX, and about the same size as the Nissan 300ZX, but lighter than the Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. In 1994, Toyota Racing Development displayed a replica of the 1994 JGTC Blitz Racing Team Supra GT 500 race car, known as the TRD 3000 GT. The differences with the standard Supra was mainly with the body kits, aiming for better aerodynamics. The new body kit made the car 60 mm wider at the front, and 50 mm wider at the rear. This allowed wider wheels to be fitted, which in turn improved the car's lateral grip. The engine and suspension also got small modifications. Only 35 examples of these were ever produced, each of which came with its own specially numbered VIN plate that officially reclassified the car as a TRD 3000 GT, rather than a Toyota Supra. In 1995 for the 1996 model year, in the US the turbo model was only available with an automatic transmission owing to OBD2 certification requirements. The Targa roof was also made standard on all turbo models. In 1996 for the 1997 model year, manual transmission returned for the turbo engine along with a redesign of the taillights, headlights, front fascia, polished wheels, and other minor changes such as the radio and steering wheel designs. Each Supra had a badge indicating, limited edition 15th anniversary. All turbo models came standard with the rear spoiler. The 1998 model year, updates were a 3-spoke steering wheel, a redesigned radio, and VVT-I on the naturally aspirated engine. In Japan, the turbo engines were installed with VVT-I. The SZR model was also updated, with the introduction of a 6-speed Getrag V161 transmission, the same one used for the twin-turbo RZ models. By the late 1990s, sales of all sports coupes were declining in North America. In addition, it increases the prices in the markets outside of Japan. The Supra was withdrawn from the Canadian market in 1996, and the US market in 1998. Production of the car continued in Japan until August 2002, when it was discontinued due to restrictive emission standards. At the March 2002 Geneva Motor Show, a Japanese coach builder company called Ono Car Craft displayed their 1960s-style Grand Tourer based on the Supra, known as the Naomi 3. There are two variants of the 3000 GT, one is the naturally aspirated 3000 GT SZ, with the same 225 horsepower, as the naturally aspirated Japanese Supra SZ, and the second is the turbocharged 3000 GT RZ, tuned for 420 horsepower. The turbocharged variant can accelerate from 0 to 97 km per hour in 4.6 seconds, and cover 402 meters in 13.1 seconds, at a speed of 175 km per hour. The turbo version has a tested top speed of 257 km per hour, but the cars are restricted to just 180 km per hour in Japan, and 250 km per hour in worldwide markets. European versions of the car also had an air intake or scoop on the bonnet. The Supra also has a 4-channel ABS system tuned with yaw control, whereby each caliper is censored, and the brakes are individually controlled according to speed, angle and lean near corners. This unique Formula One-inspired braking system allowed the Supra Turbo to record a braking distance of 113 km per hour to 0 in 45 meters, the best braking performance of any production car in 1997, by Car and Driver magazine. It was tested. The record was finally broken in 2004, by a Porsche Carrera GT, which did so at 44 meters. Well, now you know almost all the information about the Supra A80, and its various models. I hope this content was effective for you and you liked the video. If you want a video about other cars, be sure to tell me in the comments section. I wish for you money and health. Have a good time, my friends.